One of my goals for the year is to go live on YouTube. So I thought this would be a great one to start out with. And I'm going to be using my notes, and I have benefited from setting goals for years. It has helped me to pay off my student loans and declutter and write a book and run a half marathon. So I'm hopefully, if it lets me, I will go back and put timestamps in so that you can click to each section. And what I'm going to do is first give a few general tips about goal setting and things that might help make it a better experience for you. And then I'm going to set a timer for, I think, 15 minutes so that we can actually set goals together. And then I will share my goals and why I have them. And this can also be for people, not just like painters, but also if you are a writer or if you're like a songwriter or something like that. This can still be helpful, but I'm primarily using it for my art and painting goals. And then I think that's pretty much what I'll share in this video. So I am just trying this out for the first time. So thank you so much for watching, but I do want to do more of these because I think it's really helpful to kind of interact live or for you to just see an unedited version and be able to do stuff together, and you can see my journey and progress or mistakes as we go. So first, some tips are to set easy goals. And because let's say I want to do 4 live videos per month. I probably would only want to do 2 to see how it goes, but I would actually set the goal as 1 per month. And then if I do 2 or 4, that is amazing. But I think I can actually do at least 1 a month and be good at that. But then if I set my goal as 2 live videos a month, and I only do 1, then I feel like a failure and I probably don't want to keep going with it. So be gentle on yourself, and that can help you with your goals. And then also consider your schedule. So I am planning for an entire year. So I know I will be moving in the coming year. And so I am not going to set crazy goals. Watercolor Carrie, hello. Oh, I'm glad you got to make it. This could be a long video, so I don't know how much time you'll have, but thank you for popping in and saying hello. Okay, so let's see what else. Also realize that your goals can change as you go, but it's still helpful to write them out and to give them a try. And then if you see that you're really struggling with a certain goal or it's just not working out, don't beat yourself up about it and just move on. And you can set that goal aside and maybe try it again a different time, or just realize like that's not as important of a goal for you right now as you thought it was. And let's see what else. Also make them fun. Like sometimes we set goals thinking of what other people think we should set for our goals, but it should be something that at least excites you a little bit, maybe even makes you nervous and a little bit scared, but keep it fun. And then another thing I've done is I created my guiding principles, and I can link to that video so you see what that's like, and I don't re-explain it here, but I think I'm going to set my goals first and then compare them with the guiding principles that I set up for myself to see, okay, which ones are really in line with those things that I like thought of ahead of time and everything. And that can help me to kind of prioritize certain goals if I don't have time for everything. And then another thing for setting goals is to keep them specific. And a lot of people talk about this, but so many times people will say, oh, I just want to do art more. in the next year, or I just want to paint more. But what does that look like? So, how much are you painting now? Are you painting every day? Are you painting once a week? Are you painting for 20 minutes a day and you want to go to 40 minutes a day? So, make it specific like that. And so that you can judge your own goals and see your own goals a little more clearly, and if you are reaching them or not, and how you want to adjust them. Say you try 40 minutes a day, but you end up just doing 30 minutes a day, maybe make 30 minutes a day your new goal, if that's something that feels more natural and comfortable to you. Okay, so that is that. I am going to go ahead and set my timer for 15 minutes so that we can set some goals together now, if you would like. So I'm just going to be quiet and just writing and focusing. And so it might feel kind of funny and strange, especially for me, but I hope that you'll get your notebook and a pen and set some goals with me. So 15 minutes, and we're starting now. And I think I can mute myself, but I don't know that I really need to or that I will. Okay. Oh, and I do hope that you will share your goals in the comments as well, your goals for your art in the new year. That'll be super fun. So I would love to get some ideas from you as well. Sorry, I'm interrupting your 15 minutes. Okay. I think I'll get better with these over time. Maybe I should mute myself so I'm not continually interrupting. Okay, so we have 2.5 minutes left, but I think I'm good because I did start planning a little bit. I just wrote out my ideas as they came to me because I was actually trying to do this video yesterday, and I'm glad I did because it showed that for my account, since this was the first time for me going live, I had to wait 24 hours, and I don't know why, but anyway, I'm gonna just turn that off. So I was like, oh, I really want to set my goals, but I'll wait one day. And so I just went ahead and gave myself some ideas. So you may not fill out a complete list of goals right now, but if you have it in the back of your mind and think of it, then you'll be ready for the new year. That's kind of why I wanted to start early and do these now, because then you're not using your time and momentum during the new year while everybody's excited about goals. You're not just still working on figuring out what your goals are. So we are going to have this plan. So let me just go through some of my goals, and they are kind of vague maybe and not completely refined, but I may do another video or just talk about it in future videos once I do have them more organized. But for now, I did want to start focusing more on composition. Currently, I just do cute little things in the middle of the page pretty much. But I do want to think about my composition more. I'm also a photographer, and so I do a lot of that with photography, and maybe even use some of my favorite photos I've done with my photography and put those, like paint those. So we'll see how that goes. And also notice other people's art more, the ones that I'm really drawn to and really love, and notice their composition if it's different than just like something dead center, and pay attention to why I like those and what I like about them and what I can try for myself. I also want to get into cataloging. I need to write down signing my artwork as well, because I don't really do that. I kind of don't like it. I don't want it to mess up the picture. So let me know how you deal with that. Like, am I the only person that feels that way? I don't know. I'm trying to make my signature like the smallest and shortest it can be, like just doing my initials. But I'm still like, I don't want that on my painting. I just want a clean painting. But then when other people do it, I'm like, oh, that's nice. So what? Sign paintings more. Or maybe it's because I don't feel like they like are good enough or like deserve to be signed because they were just like a practice thing. So I'm also going to try painting more like sellable, marketable type of art. Okay, so signed paintings. But I want to try cataloging my art because I'm getting to the place where I have a lot of artwork, and I am kind of thinking I might try some art festivals, and that would probably not be for another year. Like it would be Christmas markets next year. But I do think there's a lot of prep that goes into that. So I can be planning and prepping for it throughout the year, and it'll make it go a lot easier. And really, maybe not even be until the year after that one, 2026. Oh, crazy. But I think cataloging now will also be nice. So I'm wanting to fill up. I need to clean this too, but this is I bought this at a thrift store, but I have a lot of frames that I want to fill. So that's one of my like projects and series that I want to do. And so the ones that I'm framing, I will probably name and catalog and just make it easier to know all the information about it. So I'll put the date that I painted it. I'll put where I painted it because I paint all over the world, just when I'm traveling and everything. And also just a description, the story behind the painting. And so I need to watch a video, or I want to watch a video about how other people catalog their stuff. And I was first thinking a spreadsheet, but I might actually do this in Notion and I haven't used it yet, but because they have where you can just like include a picture and like everything right there, I think it would make it look more like an art gallery, which is kind of cool. That is one of my other projects I want to do. I'm going to do a whole video about projects and series and challenges to try. But I also am thinking I'm going to work on a book. So I like illustrate a book because that's my favorite genre right now. And I think that would go along with art festivals. I can have something else and something unique to sell at those that have my artwork and can be like a lower price point, and something to encourage artists is really what it's going to be about. So I'll probably do live videos of me working on the book to keep me accountable and help me keep going. And then hopefully you can work on a project of your own at the same time during those videos. And for art festivals, I did create a spreadsheet and have looked up some in the area. And actually, I'm super excited because I found one that's really cool. And it's the plein air painting, which I love painting outside, and it's a contest. And so I don't have to set up an entire booth, but people will still see my work and it'll give me a chance to paint and maybe win something. I don't know that that's very likely at this point, but it just seems right up my alley. So that's probably gonna be my first one that I do, and just get to know other artists and people and gauge kind of how I feel about it then. And I'll also have a lot more practice under my belt by that time. I also want to be consistent on YouTube. So I was trying not to let art shows and festivals take over and get me overwhelmed and pricing and trying to figure everything for that out. But, ooh, okay, Watercolor Carrie has some good comments and goals. Create a website, right? That is so, there's like so many things. And I already have my photography website, so I'm trying to figure out how I can combine those. And yeah, I need to write that down too. See, it's just great. So helping each other. But let's see. So I'm trying not to get distracted by other stuff because I really do want to focus on YouTube. I think I just like that I can do stuff, create content for you for free. You don't have to, pay and invest except for with your time, which I so appreciate. So, and so I'm trying to figure out a schedule that works really well for me, or if I even need a schedule. It's like so many people do, and I struggle when I try to make it specific days, I think, especially when I'm sick or there's holidays or I'm out of town or on vacation. So, trying to figure out a balance and a better system for that, maybe. But I do want to post at least once a week, I would say. But really, 2 or 3 times on the art channel is like so much easier than my other channel. So it's really fun. I love this. I love hanging out with you guys. So, um, let's see what else. Oh, and this is one where it's like, okay, I am not really in control of this one, but I can take steps to get there, and also just let it be known that it's a goal. And then, a lot of times people will try to support you and help you reach your goal because they're excited for you too. So I would like to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, not this year, but next year. And that'll be like 14 months of me having this channel. So we'll see, if not, that's fine. But I think it is doable based on how far I've come already. Okay. I already talked about some of these. Oh yeah, and then live challenges for you to paint with me and for me to paint. Let's see. Oh, and I would love to bring a guest on at least one live in the next year. That would be so fun. So we'll see. And then I also want to try different styles of painting. I'm still kind of experimenting and just having fun with it, but also get some paintings that I feel like are sellable, even if I don't sell them. Like I can just hang them up in my home, use them in my background for my videos and that kind of thing. Or do like a gallery in my home, like an online gallery. So I'll probably have videos on a lot of these things. Another thing is morning pages and artist dates. People have talked about um, the book The Artist's Way, and I always thought it was just a book about creativity. And then I actually watched a video about it, and she said it's more like a course, and she assigns you to write in your journal 3 pages a day every morning. Now, I don't do that. The first day I did 7 because I just had so much going on in my mind. And this is not like writing content for a book, it's like a brain dump. And so that has been really good. Sometimes I'll just write half a page, but I have been doing it every day since I started, like a week ago. But I do want to continue with that. And then they also talked about her assigning artist dates, which is where you like leave your house and go work on your art. And so I don't know that she says to do it every week. I think my goal is just to do it once a month and give it a try, even though like really I would like to do it twice a month, I think. But I want to say I don't have a hard time doing my art at home, but really I do get distracted by my phone. And I think that's why this book has become so popular again, because it was written in the 90s. But now that we have our phone and technology distracting us everywhere all the time, I think it's like super helpful to do this and try this. So even though I do paint at home, I get distracted by, dishes or cooking. And so, or just like scrolling on my phone to avoid those things. And so, or not really scrolling. I watch a lot of YouTube, but so I think it would be helpful. I just haven't done it yet. And I don't know, for some reason I'm kind of nervous, but also excited. And I do think it would be fun. And I'm like, why am I avoiding this and postponing it? So I'm going to get those on the calendar, at least one a month. And same for the live videos. I want to do one live artist date a month. So even if it is just in my home recording it like this, I'll still be focused if I'm doing a live. So I think that'll be helpful to get me 2 of those per month. And then thinking about like painting daily, I kind of do that, especially with having a sketchbook and doing smaller paintings or something. But at least like 4 to 5 days a week or 4 to 5 times a week. So if I know I'm going to be busy and I have 3 days, then maybe one day I will do 2 painting sessions in a day or do 2 paintings. And there are different ways you could do it. I could do it by how long I'm painting too, which I might. But I actually need to write in here. I do monthly planning. And so I'll just come back to this list when I'm planning out my month and my week and make sure I'm adding some of these things in. So for my frames, I think I'm going to do series like, different countries I've been to or different national parks I've been to, and do the ones that are similar in similar frames. Okay, so that is pretty much all. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this helps you with some goals. Let me go ahead and read some of these comments. And also, I really wasn't sure if anyone would be able to catch this live, especially since I don't have a lot of viewers, but this was super fun. So I'm going to read these, and then I'll also read your comments for those of you who watch later. And I was going to say for future videos, especially, I can do like a Q&A section if you have any questions. So at any point, if you are like, oh, I would love to hear you talk about this or answer this question, or whatever, then let me know and I can address it in the next video. So, or next live video. So anything like about goal setting, maybe, then let me know. Okay. So Carrie said I'll have to catch up later. And then I'll make another cup of coffee. And she said I was in the middle of making a list of things I need to accomplish today. So she literally just added make art goals for 2025 to the list so she can check it off. So that's awesome. Okay. She actually put to make less content with more value and 2 quality pieces a week, create 1 folk art landscape each month, decorate my creative space. Ah, yes, I just did that recently, but I'm not finished. I want to get my paintings on the wall as part of my decorations before I share a video of it, but it is slow going. So that is one of my big goals. Complete a sketchbook, an art journal of everyday life and things, and create a website. Yes. Oh my goodness. So exciting. Oh, I can't wait to see it. I had a blog for my, like I was doing a lot of writing and I published a book and stuff. And so I had a blog for that as like my author blog. And then when I started my photography, I was like, I cannot manage and pay for 2 websites. So I really don't want to do 2 different ones, one for photography and one for like watercolor paintings. So let me know what you think. I'm like, should I just change the name to Megan Starbuck Fine Arts? But then I feel like people who want photography will be confused by that because the photography I do is mostly like wedding photography or family portraits. And so I feel like they want it to say like Megan Starbuck Photography. So I don't know if just a section about watercolor is confusing, but I think it goes together if I'm painting my photography. Let me know what you think. I don't know. But anyway, I hope you have a good day and had fun setting goals. And I can't wait to cheer you on throughout the year and continue to set goals, review goals, and accomplish these goals. See you next time.